let's get set up. Okay, welcome to the live stream this morning. Let's go through the results from yesterday because we actually had a loss yesterday. The first one that has actually happened in this since I've been putting these bets up. So for the manual bets. So let's just have a look. So for the 10th, we ended up skipping 3 of the selections. We had one loss at Randwick race 2. Number 15 came in at odds of $88.04. And that cost us the $30 in liability. So that took us from essentially being up $30 back to being up 57 cents, which isn't much. But again, keep in mind we are betting fairly small, and we'll have a look at some of those figures. The rest of the day was fairly successful, so we ended back up at 3.51. So what I've done is created a couple of extra columns here. So this column here is how many selections we've had that aren't scratched. So far there's been 153 selections. And then this column right beside it is how many have we taken because they've met the odds. So I've only taken 103 of the 153 that have met the required maximum odds for laying. And if you look at that, we've made $3.51 on 103. Now, when it comes to looking at profit on lay bets, you can do it a couple of ways. One is you can do it on what you risked, which is if I did 30 times 103, we've essentially risked roughly, $3,000. And you could say we've made $3 on an outlay of $3,000, which is one way of doing it, but you're generally going to get a really, really low ROI, and you're not going to be able to compare it to back strategies if you look at it that way, because you generally, anything over 100 is already going to give you less than a 1% ROI. So to compare it to back strategies, another way you can look at it is to take this and essentially assume it was a $1 bet and then see how you're going. So equivalent, we're 3% if you take it that way, but with that fail, we're back down to $3, so we'll see how it goes. If we look at had we not skipped those that went above the maximum odds, we'd still be at $15. But yep, that one loss yesterday, which was interesting. I did go back and look at the selection, and the selection essentially probably was one I should have skipped when I had a look at how it had been running in the last few races. The margins for its last few runs were generally within the 3 lengths, and it had a couple there with under 1.5 lengths. So probably something I should have noticed and skipped that selection, but this is what happens when you're doing form manually. You give it a go and you see what happens. So let's have a look at what I've got for today. I went through and did all the meetings today because I had some time this morning. So we've got Sunshine Coast Race 2, number 1. Sunshine Coast Race 7, number 13. And then we jump to Dubbo, Race 1, number 3. Race 3, number 3. Race 6, number 16. Race 8, number 14. And then Wagga is race 1, number 2, race 2, number 10, race 2, number 13, race 3, number 8, race 5, number 10. And then at Casterton, we've got race 1, number 5 and 6, race 3, number 6, race 6, number 14, Port Hedland, we've got race 5, number 8, race 7, number 7. I always find Port Hedland to be an interesting place to bet. It's just an interesting thing. You get some interesting results out there. And Hobart, we have race 1, number 4 and 10. Race 2, number 9. Kalgoorlie, we have race 2, number 15, and I couldn't find anything at Echuca. So just take that line out now. So there's quite a few selections there today. I've got a few selections that I'm happy to go max odds on. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 selections there that I'm happy to take all the way up to the 1,000 to 1, which will be interesting. That means we will at least get some bets matched today. Now with the jockeys, I haven't done the jockeys today. They're going horribly. So I may look at something else around that. The thing that annoys me the most about these is that restriction of only seeing 100 of them. So I'll look at what else I can do around jockeys that I kind of know does work. It'll probably be around apprentices, or I did mention on a past live stream that maybe looking to see if female jockeys were overbet, because ladies do like to bet on the female jockeys, so there's extra money going on them that is not sophisticated. So that's probably it. I will leave the selections there today, just have a very quick live stream, see how we go through the day, and hopefully we hit a few of these selections and get this back up to about, I don't know, $6, $7, $8 would be good, and hopefully we don't hit another fail on a lay today. Okay, just a quick one. Thanks for jumping in if you did, and there's no messages in the chat, so I'll leave it there.